Oh dear. Hey guys, what's up? This is CarbonDuck, and today welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be talking about the top 10 mods of 2019. Well, not really 2019, because actually there's supposed to be a top 10 mods of 2018 and then 2017. So I figured instead of making a list of mods that ultimately dominate each separate year that I've just obliviously skipped, I decided to make it top 10 mods of the decade. Now, this is a very bold statement, bold claim, and bold list overall, because I'm not just talking about top 10 mods of just a certain year. In case you don't read a dictionary, or you can't, top 10 mods of the decade means the top 10 mods from 2010 till 2000 and, well, now. And I know that's a pretty big claim considering we're not even in 2020 yet, and I'm already starting a list called top 10 mods of 20... Although I can't. But I'm gonna do it anyway, because simply put it, this decade is near up already, and we're just getting into 2020. So I figured it'd be nice to have something a bit challenging, if you will, something very daring to the people. And knowing that I'm not gonna kiss up to you, because you know damn well I'm not gonna put your favorite mods here for the sake of my own purpose and reasons, or at least risk them. But anyways, what I'm trying to say here is that obviously the rules still apply, where it'll be my list and my list alone. However, there will be a lot of favorites for some, a lot of hatred for others, but mostly we can all agree that these mods have made their place not only for this year, but for the last few in the past, and hopefully in the future. Also, it's also the fact that, you know, these mods just kick ass in my opinion. But without further ado, let's begin. Ew. Anyways. So number 10 is one where I think a lot of people would need to relate to in order to really understand why it's number 10. But also, for one, I think it's number 10 mainly because it's just one of the best mods of this year, and truly the ones that have eased many mod pack creators or any people that have played. Vanilla Fix is a mod that simply prevents the game from crashing, and oh my god, you have no idea how much you needed something, but you never known about it. It's like the stepchild you never knew about, and he could fucking fly. Vanilla Fix is a mod that simply can, instead of crashing your game completely and, you know, forge loading up and all that, Vanilla Fix simply just says, you know, fuck that, we're gonna just bring you back to the main menu. That's it. That's literally what Vanilla Fix does. It even also tells you the crash report as well, so you can even pop it up into a web browser. It gives you an option to do that, and you can see what the problem is and fix it right from there. And, you know, see what mods need to be worked around and such. So this makes mod making, or mod pack making much more easier. And of course, not to mention, it does save you time overall. However, the real reason why Vanilla Fix is on here, because World of Forge 2 was so close to being canceled because of all the mod conflictions and such that I had to deal with just to get it to work. And I can't thank Joe enough for actually finding this mod. But simply put, yeah, this mod's just great. It's a mod that everyone needs. It's like a standard Optifine mod. Go get it. That's number 10, and that's Vanilla Fix. You do not know the way. Now, this mod is a one that is also like the number 10 spot. Many people are gonna be probably wondering, why the fuck isn't this Naruto? But even they would complain about that if I put it at number 9. But also, Ugandan Adventures is not only a mod that many people have forgotten about the people that have given them laughter, that have set them free from Ebola. This is the Ugandans. This is a part of our life, and the fact that the meme died, it still lives on. I figured I at least have one meme mod that really fit well. I was either debating between Ricardo and Ugandans, and honestly, it wasn't the fact that Ugandans fought against Ricardo, or Ricardo fought against Ugandans. Ricardo let the Ugandans shine, because that is what Ricardo is all about. And the fact that you would have to side with one or the other is shameful. But the Ugandan Adventures mod not only is just for the simply of memes and such, Ugandan Adventures actually does have some, you know, survival aspects to them. If you actually kill a Ugandan, you actually get Dewey, which is just protein powder, and it fills your hunger completely. I'm not kidding. Eating the essence of the Ugandans fills your hunger completely. Full 10 bars, I think. But also, most importantly, the reason why the Ugandans live and exist till this day is for the Queen. The Queen is one of the the strongest points of this mod, I believe, mainly because she leads the Ugandans into the right path, showing them the way, and only the way. And also, simply put it, that you can also tame the Ugandans. You can tame them, and they can simply fight for you. You can have literally a whole army of Ugandan knuckles. And for those who think otherwise and think that this mod overall does not deserve any praise at all, you do not know the way. This, my friends, 2020, and for the decade and for the future out of mods, this is the one, the foundation for it. I would even dare say that this, my friends, this is the way. Tell him, Mando.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
This is the way. One of the things I've always wanted in Minecraft was just a straight up vehicle mod. Like, I just wanted a mod where simply I drove a car around Minecraft. Everything was great. I would make a garage. The point is, though, is that, you know, I just wanted a vehicle mod that didn't require a fucking dessert called flans. And that, my friends, is Mr. Crayfish's vehicle mod. This mod is simply one of the best because not only does it have, well, vehicles, it has tractors and a bunch of other accessories that go along with vehicles and such, like gas. You can use trailers to put your chest on and drive them around with said car. And like, there's a lot of vehicles too. There's even gas pumps. There's even little jacks for you to customize your cars in different colors and such. Not only that, it's a really great vehicle mod too. You can also customize it with different engines and such. There's a key mechanic where simply if you want to lock your vehicle from anyone else using it like a normal car, there you go. And not only that, you can pump gas with it, which never, a lot of car mods or a lot of the vehicle mods in Minecraft I've noticed, you had to like go in the inventory and like put the gas in. I know that's actually much easier, but this one, it's the immersion that counts that Mr. Crayfish has done for us, and I think it's definitely worth the number 8 spot on this list. Reach for my hand. Oh, wrong game. Kingdom Keys is one of the mods that is just simply it's a good throwback, and it's also it's a really well modeled throwback too, which honestly, you know me, my 3D models is but Kingdom Keys not only has Kingdom Hearts aesthetics, it also is just simply the whole game in its wholeness. Not only does it have a lot of the keyblades and such, which is the main selling point of all this, it also has some of the skills, magic, and also enemies from your favorite Kingdom Hearts games all in this one mod. Especially that, you can even dress up as the Norts. You know, the guys that are, you know, cloaked. They have a number named after them and such. They're not called Norts, are they? But simply put it, there's a lot of Kingdom Hearts things that I haven't played because I haven't finished fucking 2 in over 10 years. But anyways, Kingdom Keys does provide a lot of the Kingdom Hearts experience and such. Mainly, put it for an example, you're able to teleport as a Nort. You're able to swing your Keyblade as a Sora. And as Donald, you can look for resources. A lot. So you'll never run out. Or hear it. Another thing especially is that it kind of does fit in with Minecraft as well. Because as you know, Moogles are a thing in Kingdom Keys, famously. But these things can also be provided as shops as well, where you can buy certain parts or resources, or even certain materials that allow you to create your own Keyblades, and also forge even better ones. So, Carbon, if you like Kingdom Keys so much, why is it number 7 on this list? Well, my good Nort, if Kingdom Keys is so good, where's Kingdom Keys 2? Also, Kingdom Hearts 3 sucks! Not only that, especially, is that you're also able to find these other materials out in the world of, well, Minecraft. So you not only have to go to the shops and such, that Moogles are laid out in villages or wherever you find them in the world, because, I mean, they're everywhere, literally, in this mod. Now, the only thing I haven't mentioned with this list so far is kind of the downfalls or little flaws here and there to why these mods are not higher on the list. But the main one, the only reason why I'm saying it for this one so far is because for some reason I just want bosses in Kingdom Keys. Like, I love this mod, don't get me wrong. I made a lot of jokes at the beginning of this whole, you know, rant about Kingdom Keys, but really, I really want this mod to be good, and I want... The only reason why it's not higher on the list is simply put, I just want bosses and other things that are from Kingdom Keys and such as the gummy ship that you can also fly around in. And that's really it. That's like it. If they added like let's say 1 or 2 bosses here and there and the gummy ship, not only that too, they have the dimensions already set up for the gummy ship to explore and for you to explore all they need to do now is just simply put it in the damn mod, and then there you go. It'd probably be number 2. But can't, because number 2 has been taken by a very near and dear mod that I love so much. But this mod, this Kingdom Keys alone, is near into my heart and butt. Modular Bosses is probably, and would be known as today, the greatest boss mod we've ever had in a very long time, at least in my opinion. I would even go as far as say it even rivals Ice and Fire and ZZZ Mobs. The sad part about this is, other than mods being updated to recent versions and having new stuff in those versions, and then getting angry at the fact that the version that you want the mod to be in with the new stuff is not in there. God, the pain still sinks in till this day. But another sad thing about mods being even made on Minecraft nowadays, or mods overall in any game, is them being dropped by the creator. A few years back, which actually it's over nearly 3 years since this mod was last updated, in 2017, that was the last time when this mod was ever updated, and it was dropped at that point, and we never got to see anything else, or ever got to see the creations that the mod developer had in mind and what he created. And for those who don't know anything about this mod was amazing. This mod had bosses that are ranging from different types, mainly my favorite shadow dog, the Psycho Siren, which I've given them the nickname because, you know, Panther sounds kind of, you know, I can't call him Black Panther because that's what, you know, trademark, or Panther because it sounds lame. So the Psycho Siren, a dog that can transfer from void to void, teleporting at you, turning in from 2D to 3D, which, by the way, I know damn well he at least took some inspiration from that. It looks like Psycho Siren 2, and probably one of my favorite bosses overall in the whole mod. So not only that, they got a giant Metal Gear, who's literally just a man full of gears, Gear Man if you want to call him that. But just a bunch of, ranging from also a bunch of other bosses that could have been something more. A mod that had everything it needed to be one of the greatest. It had epic boss fights itself, ranging from different types of moves and such that the bosses would do, stomping the ground, changing things up, just literally what I'd really like to see in a boss mod, which you don't really see a lot today, but some mods come close enough nowadays anyway, so not trying to shy them out in any way, shape, or form. On top of that, though, the mod did have a few weapons, and really by a few I mean like just 2. It had 2 weapons is what I'm trying to say. It had a sword that literally just killed stuff with holy energy, and had a bow that sparkled and shot shit with holy energy. I don't know, it just shined shit, alright? And it hurt things. But not only that, the mobs ranging from this were just vast, and that's what really was the selling point for this whole mod. The caterpillar that looked like it was ripped out of Zelda, put into Minecraft, and it looked great. There was a beating heart that spawned shit. Like, that is metaphorical and poetic as fuck, and I don't think anyone else could have ever thought about that. This was in 1.8.9 days, by the way. That day, those days, you know, Golden Age, when MC Pond and, that's not what it's called. When Pond MC, it's just sad to see something like this been dropped, and I wish that hopefully if one of you mod developers were psycho enough to pick up this mod, that would be a huge win. And obviously, for the reason why Modular Bosses isn't even higher on this list is because mainly it's just not complete, and it's also been dropped. But why is it higher than Kingdom Keys, Carbon? If Modular Bosses is so good, where's Modular Bosses 3? Well, because some great things, be it that they're incomplete, don't need an upgrade nor a sequel. Unless you're My Hero 1 Justice.
Are you okay? Basta Wuru!
Ice and Fire. Now, this is a mod that is probably the best and greatest dragon mod that we will ever have. At least that's what I would say. The only reason why, I can't believe I'm bringing this up, but the only reason why that this mod is not as high as it should be is because of one distinct flaw that I really never thought of. I always thought dragons were just dragons. I never even knew about anything else, but just, you know, breathes fire, has long neck, probably descendants of giraffes. My thing here is that there's a very distinct difference between dragons and wyverns. And if you don't know what wyverns are, they are simply like dragons, except they're not called dragons, or not even spelled like how you'd spell dragons. And the only person that brought this up was fucking David. I know this should be a professional list and everything, but David, my good friend, made a very critical and distinct difference between dragons and wyverns. And when I showed him Ice and Fire, when we were playing around with it, he said that these aren't dragons, these are wyverns. So I looked it up, and apparently, yeah, dragons are more fucking menacing looking. Because for one, not only do they look like giraffes, and they got 4 legs, wyverns are known to have 2 legs. It's not really a flaw, though. I just wanted to point that out there because I thought it was funny. These are dragons. Fuck you, David.
But they are dragons.
What are you doing? You're not even...
They have wings.
You're not even supposed to be here.
I don't know what's so scary about them.
Vanilla, let me tell you what's so scary about this dragon, alright? Dragon's got 4 legs. We only got 2, bitch. And you're a snowman. You don't have any legs. Not only does Ice and Fire also have, debatable dragons now, it also has a variety of different plethora of different mythical mobs as well, such as Cyclopses, Sirens, Cocks, and even the good old Medusa and Cyclopses, and much more to go along with it, and a bunch of variety of different weapons that go along with all these other mythical mobs and such. Ugh. But with that being said, Ice and Fire is definitely a mod that is definitely worth not only the number 5 spot, but mainly the best dragon slash wyvern slash mythology mod. So far, this list I've noticed, which, yes, by the way, has been riddled with a lot of monsters and bosses, and that word has been thrown around a lot in this list. It's because it's just fun. Who wouldn't want to go up against something much more big and ominous and stronger than overpowered than you? I'm not trying to kink shame, but I know that's a thing. ZZZ Mobs. This is one that is truly what modular mobs could have been. And I'm kind of sad that I said that now because goddamn, Psycho Siren would have been so dope. Hey, ZZZ Mobs creator, can you please put in Psycho Siren? That'd be good. But anyways, so ZZZ Mobs. What this mod has to offer is not only the same concept as Modular Bosses, but it also adds in a little bit more in the weapon side of things, and most importantly, the 3D items that come along with it. Of course, not only does it have bosses and such, it does have a bunch of other different mobs, such as the Lantern and the Naga, which comes and attacks you once in a while and spits poison at you, which kind of sucks. But not only that, it also has like little cool effects that give the bosses that good old evil menacing energy. For an example, if you want to fight the Abominable Snowman, guess what? He'll freeze you. If you want to fight the Sun God, he'll shoot the sun at you. I wish I was kidding. And of course, the favorite, which my favorite really, is the Ferris Rotnut, Metal Knight of 1,000 medals. I think I got that wrong, but simply put it, he has 1,000 medals and he's really strong. That's what the whole 1,000 medals part is. And simply put, he hits you with his axe. That's always fun. Also, ZZZ Mobs have different ways of actually uniquely killing bosses. For an example, you can't actually just run up to the 1,000 medal man and simply hit him. You have to actually wait until he bends over and then you stab him with a sword in the butt. And as for the Sun God, all you really need to do is just, run up to him and hit him like every other mob, except the problem is, not only is he shooting sunbeams at you, he also has this trap that runs after you and starts poking you and even shooting darts at you, and some of them may be poisonous. But also, there's also mobs that don't kill you, which is such as the Lanterns, which float around at night, lighting up the area from any bad juju in the air. And of course, the Grodels, which are all, I guess, the crystal spiders. And if you actually kill them, they actually drop diamonds. And they also dig under the ground too. But they don't really harm you. And of course, the Naga, which, flies around cliffs, looks like a dragon, and spits poison at you, that's really all the Naga does. But yeah, number 4 goes to ZZZ Mobs. We're finally here. The top 3 mods of the decade. Let's start with this. Shinto! Or as Abyssalcraft, as you guys know it as. Or basically Cancol mod, or waifu simulation with ships attached to them, but they are ships mod. This mod overall is the one that really got me hooked on this whole thing. Really just mods that have been just outsourced to other countries and such, mainly Japan. Japan always has the greatest things, greatest wives, and greatest mods now. Because for one, they've made finally the finest and plethora of great mods that will fill that lonely hole in your heart. That, oh my god, it's just so speechless to me. Shinko adds in a bunch of anime waifu battleships. Yes, I said anime waifu battleships. If you haven't seen the mod showcase for it, or even heard about this mod, what the fuck you doing? Shinko is a mod that adds anime battleship girls to your game that allow you to not only fight against other anime battleship girls, but also create a team that you can also then get together and also take care of, and also they can cook for you. They can shoot missiles. There's ships that can shoot like planes out of themselves. There's ships that can shoot planes out of bows. You know, like archery shit. Yeah, they shoot ships out of that. And like there's ships that are just runways, but they're anime girls, so they gotta oh boy. That's not very safe now, is it? But other than that, this mod overall literally is it's pocket girls, but the battleship kind. The Battleship edition. You're paying free for the price of none just to get anime girls as battleships into your game. Not only that too, the great thing about it is they actually have these cool little effects to them and such. So instead of just, you know, watching two, you know, NPCs, you know, clank at each other for like a good few seconds till one dies, they actually have special effects and such that are added to the game, which makes, you know, the fight sequences at least somewhat flashy, nothing too, you know, chaotic and such. Although there's that, which is probably the flashiest thing I've ever seen so far. And of course, you get to level them up as well. And if they die, you can always rebuild them back up together, and they're back and they're ready to go. You can level them up, as I said before, increase their stats, give them ammunition, feed them cake. Yeah, you can do that shit. A long time ago, there was a game that impacted many lives of many children and inspired many games that would be forged on forth from that game. But it also then inspired a certain mod that came to be, in my opinion, one of the best well-made sword mods we've had to date. And mainly because 3D models. But Enchant Changer is possibly one of the mods that I always want to have in a mod pack no matter what. I mean, in World of Forge 1, it was the mod where as soon as I found it, it had to be in every single sequel. Enchant Changer is a mod that is based off of Final Fantasy, as it has swords from Final Fantasy and even a system known as the Materia system from Final Fantasy, I think mainly 7. But not only that, the swords in this mod are, let me just say, are beautiful. These are like probably one of the most detailed, well-made swords I've ever seen in a mod in a very long time. The fact that everything just looks crisp, it looks like somewhat it's straight out of the game, but in a way translated into what it would look like in Minecraft, which a lot of mod developers sometimes kind of makes, you know, say like Mindwatch for an example, it looks like it's straight out from the game, although sometimes the thing looks a little bit too real sometimes, and it kind of looks out of place. But most mods nowadays kind of are just put together well to the point where it doesn't matter, it just looks great, and it just looks beautiful even to add along with. Yeah, that there's a lot of great things about this mod that I just love. Just the fact that the swords are like the icing on the cake. The fact there's a whole materia system where the materias are pretty much enchantments that you're able to put on your sword and allow them to just simply allow them to use them during combat, like in good old Final Fantasy 7, not 10 or 10-2. Those games suck. Kidding. I pissed off a lot of people, and I'm very happy about this. But the materia system, how it works simply is, for an example, if you have a materia that allows you to spawn meteors, not only can you use the sword to spawn said meteor, you can actually just use the materia itself and right click the ground with the materia and simply just use the enchantment. You want to fly? There's a materia for that. You want to throw meteors at people? I already said that, and you can do that. Cause havoc? Do that with meteors. You want to have a sword that throws meteors at people? You can still do that. There's a crap load of more items besides swords, although with the swords we have the ultimate weapon, the Masamune blade, and then blah blah. Other than that, it's just got a bunch of cool swords, but mainly it's got a giant crystal, which this giant crystal, it's a huge materia generator. I don't know what that means, but pretty much it looks cool enough to be even at least mentioned. There's a whole bunch of other stuff as well, especially such as EXP bottles and all that stuff that pretty much just kind of add more to the enchantment side of Minecraft, which has, in my opinion, has always been the weakest part of Minecraft. One of the main things I've had a problem with when it comes to Minecraft and its enchantments, besides the fact that I can't read shit on the enchantment table. Now, the only reason why this mod, for me, does not do well is because of, in future versions, the swords do not hold up well. I know this is not the phrase for this type of situation, but yeah, the swords did not age well in future versions of Minecraft. So, also I've had a few crashes here and there, and mod has been slowly updated from here on out. It's kind of been shifting from when we're gonna get more swords or anything like that. But if they did add more swords, it'd be probably much higher on this list, maybe even number 1. But what I will say, if you are ever looking for a good sword mod, one that you can truly rely on and truly make you feel like a badass, Enchant Changer is one of my faves, and one of the ones I recommend to you, being the number 2 spot of the decade. And now for number 1. Can I just stop making things obvious for like one video? Mahoutsu, I almost said Mahou Changer. The Fate mod, Mahoutsu, was one of the mods that completely blew me away this entire year, and by far, so far, has blown me away ever since Academy Craft. It is just one of the mods that simply does, in my opinion, magic right. It's got everything from ranging from magic that applies to physics, that applies to just RPGs, that applies to just simply everything. But I've said it before, and I'll say it again, anime mods have the best concepts ever. You look at any popular mod nowadays, it's kind of hard to find Academy Craft not on that list. It's just one of the best ones. Or simply the Avatar mod. Wait, is Avatar even an engine? Simply put, Mahoutsu has a lot of things going for it. For an example, there are a lot of things, especially if you're a Fate fan, this will mainly appeal to you guys. But for those who don't know anything about it, if you haven't watched the mod showcase for it, let me lay it down for you simply and short as I possibly can. Mahoutsu can simply make you feel like the true magician you've always wanted to be. You want to be Doctor Strange? You can fucking do that. It has the sigils. It's got the, you know, it's got the blood summoning. It's got everything that magic has to offer. You got black magic and you got regular magic. I mean, if you cutting yourself to make blood circles doesn't sound like black magic. Not only that though, Mahoutsu also has one of my favorite abilities, which is Borrow Authority. And this ability allows you to punch things at true impact. It actually makes you feel like you got the power of the gods. True Dragon Ball energy. True Dragon Ball dick energy flowing throughout everywhere in this mod. And it is simply one of the best. Not only that too, you're able to summon people to a land full of swords. What other mod can do that? Not only that, you can shoot swords with a bow. I've always wanted that. I'm sorry, and it sounds like I'm making this up, but I've always wanted to shoot swords at people with a bow. It's just been a thing. Like, if we have swords and if we have bows, why not put peanut butter and jelly together? Okay, you're probably not convinced to why this is number 1 of the decade, so you know, let me break it down for you even better. You want a thermometer, which is actually a sword that you can use to teleport to people while hitting them at Mach speed? You can do that. You want to have the ability to have scrolls on you at multiple times simply through the power of your wrist, called a Mystic Sleeve, which is actually a sock? Yeah, you can do that. Or better yet, you want the ability to fire explosions from your favorite shows with a simple staff? My friend, you can do that with this mod. It has the same potential aspect that it has going for it as the same way how I felt with Academy Craft back then. It can simply be possibly number 1 magic mod of the year. It can be, as long as the mod keeps going at the pace that it is now and keeps adding more spells and weird unique abilities and such. Also, did I mention the spells and the effects are amazing? Really, the main reason for this mod being really great, you can punch stuff really, really hard. Yeah. Well, that's about it for the top 10 mods of the decade, or 2020, or 2019, 2020, 2019. I don't know. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below what you think. Comment down below actually what your top 10 mods of this year or decade would be and such, and let me know. Yeah. So with that being said, I look forward to the next year of new mods, and I look forward to just new videos overall. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe as always, and we'll see you guys in the next year or so.